Namaste. Welcome to today's reading of the Mayan Oracle. Today is Kanik, white self-existing wind. And the stones that represent each are Herkimer diamonds. And we have a nice big one right here and a bunch of little ones down here at the Eternal Temple store and Metaphysical Shop and Metaphysical Learning Center here in Oneida on Madison Street at 148 Madison Street. The tone for today is Can, the fourth tone, the tone of measure. In alignment with natural cycles, may the sacred take form in the great mystery revealed through you. The qualities that describe the measure of Can are order, definition, discrimination, natural cycles, and meaningful alignments. Can is the ray of measure, the alignment with natural cycles. It is the square, the base of the pyramid, the solid foundation that unifies the lines of directional forces. Can is the diamond, asking you to utilize tools of discrimination. Now is the time to manifest your dreams and visions. Look to natural logic, order, and definition. These gifts support the whispering of your creative spirit. You are the architect who manifests your dreams. Open the door and call forth your sacred Can. You are being brought into meaningful alignment, being healed in this cycle of your life. The four directions offer you assistance in understanding universal physical laws. Use measure as a tool of consciousness to mold time, form, and space. Now is the time to focus, to connect tangibly with the undefined. Take your ideas and give them discipline and form. Develop the ability to discriminate without creating separation or judgment. Channel your creative energy constructively, generating the power for practical manifestation. The solar frequency for today is Eek. And the qualities that describe Eek are spirit, breath, wind, inspiration, truth, presence, integration of polarities, co-creator of reality, simplicity, unseen forces, and integration. Eek is the galactic wind, the catalyzing current, the spirit that moves through all things. It is the divine breath that gives life to all creation, the unseen essence of solar energy. Eek is the breath of inspiration, the fertilizing force of the wind. Its essence is the movement of spirit as it penetrates into form to enliven, purify, and inspire. You are the form and the conduit for this energy. Open simply to spirit, and you will be vitalized by its sacred current. Receive the gift of Eek by simply taking a conscious breath. Amidst the seeming complexities, breathe consciously. Allow your life to be more like the wind, free-flowing and open to spirit. Eek represents spontaneity and simplicity. As you experience the truth of the present moment, Eek leaves you free to move on to the next moment without the baggage of desire, regret, and expectations. Eek is the simple knowledge that invisible forces are always moving in your life, guiding and inspiring you. Eek also embodies the concept of presence. Presence is an expression of being, a creator of intimacy. It has to do with being wise in your simplicity. From simple beingness, your true identity emerges. Presence is being open, aware, and in the now. Presence is being there for whatever is. Think back to a time when someone looked deeply into your eyes, acknowledging your beingness with their full presence. Remember how wonderful and intimate that felt? When you want to be intimate with someone, become equally open, aware, and present. When you bring your awareness into the present moment, everything else falls away. You are, when you are fully present, your mind is not preparing responses to what it is hearing while you're listening and feeling. Drop your evaluating and reactive nature. Trust that your heart will have the appropriate response when the time comes. Allow your mind to be quietly responsive, like a pool of water, natural in its unconditional acceptance of the moment. Presence is simple. It is like being caught in the moment by the beauty of nature. Presence is your natural state of being. When you are present, your heart feels open, charged, and full. When you are present, whether alone or with another, you are loose and relaxed. Time may seem to slow down. You can expand your awareness with ease, allowing yourself to truly see and to be seen. You let your feelings speak through your eyes, and the feeling channel in you breathes freely without expectations or judgment. Another gift offered through Eek is the integration of polarities within you. Polarity is the loom on which reality is strung, the magnetic dance of universal forces playing in grand cooperation. But polarity is also an important alchemical process used in the transmutation of form and matter. We are now poised in a time when duality is transforming into unity. The polarity held in relationships, our male and female aspects, even the manifestation of karma, are all changing. We are now moving into a time when the polar aspects of all things are coming together in truth. You are the creative field for the integration of the larger pattern of duality. The potential in all relationships is moving toward trust, openness, and unconditional acceptance. The Maya had a special relationship with Venus because of its unified polarity, seen in the ability to transform itself from the morning star to the evening star. As we unite our polarities, which can be seen as our male and female aspects, we mirror the divine feminine and masculine aspects that are presently uniting in order to birth the consciousness of the divine child within us. This unification is a state of wholeness that frees and enhances, permeating our being on all levels. Getting in touch with your male and feminine aspects and how you perceive them is an integral part of the alchemical process that brings them into harmony. You can begin the process of integrating polarities through an increased understanding of the awareness in both sides of your body. The right side generally represents the male, and the left side the female. In meditation, observe the qualities of each side, bringing out their issues, fears, strengths, and potentials. Feel them, move with them, talk to them, create and draw images, make sounds, write about them, explore your relationships. Then, taking as much time as you need, allow them to flow together, unified in solar androgyny, freeing past perceptions, calm, harmony, healing, and love, and bring that new sense of unity into the present moment. Many people spend lifetimes hidden in denial or trying to complete themselves by seeking their beloved outside of themselves. As you become aware of the natural unity that exists within you, you will naturally attract other beings who have integrated and balanced their polarities. Or you will draw into your life opposites who can assist you in mirroring parts of yourself that are not fully balanced. As you unify your internal polarities, you will see profound results in your external world. Relationships will form in which you and other unified beings come together to create new realities. Working with Eek will serve you in this unification process. Often the star glyph Eek is represented by the sacred symbol of a capital T. In Mayan, this symbol means spirit, wind, air, or divine breath. It also symbolizes the initiation of the sacred tree of life, which represents the evolution of spirit into the wholeness of reunion. Similarly, Ahomchi in Mayan means tree that awakens us, or we awaken in the tree. The mystical concept and connection between people's evolution and the symbol of the sacred tree is clear. Trees provide humans with sacred breath in the form of air, the essence of the divine. Another aspect of this metaphor is held in the Mayan term Panchi, meaning seeking the root of truth. This refers to the concept of reuniting two things that appear to have been separated. In the search for the root of truth, wholeness is inevitable. Eek holds all the metaphors of this discovery process. The number for Eek is 2, which represents the sacred polarity, the Divine Mother and Father. In this number, Eek represents the loom of reality on which polarity is woven. The number 2, by being polarized, is experienced as separate, but 2 also represents the integration of polarities, a bringing into cooperative alliance and union. This number invites you to explore the sacred magnetism of both your attractions and their opposites. The color for eke is translucent white, which reflects truth, clarity of intention, and the aspiration of spiritualness toward wholeness. White is composed of all the colors and is a symbol of the material form that is aligned with cosmic force. The color white channels the luminous frequencies into the earth plane, refreshing and renewing it like spring rain. If you wish to work with this energy, visualize translucent white light. The shadow of Eke. In the shadow of Eke, you may doubt your oneness with the Source, feeling that divinity is outside of yourself, not realizing your ability to respond as a co-creator of your reality. You may tend to leave everything up to spirit. Yet you are spirit. So it is up to you. If you are waiting, feeling separated from inspiration, attract it through the clarity of your own spiritual intent. Call it forth to manifest in your life. Being aligned and unified with spirit, imagine yourself being infused and purified, clearing your natural neural circuitry with the frequency of each. The transformation held in the shadow can be found in experiencing the inspiration of spirit, no matter how subtle your perception of it is. Follow your innate guidance. Act on inspiration as it comes to you without analyzing it. And remember, the breath of spirit can be as subtle as a fragrance in the breeze. Learn to sense and experience it. Another indication of the shadow of each is feeling constrained by the forms and idioms of organized groups and religions. If you're in the shadow, alarms may go off when you hear words like ceremony, ritual, archetype, heaven, or God. In the Mayan system, words are held in a larger context than are implied in ordinary issues. The word heaven, for instance, denotes a particular vibrational frequency and harmonic resonance. There are probably many forms of meditation, ceremony, and prayer, and other practices that could serve your spiritual evolution. Appreciate the truth in all forms. Be willing to look at subconscious programs that may be impairing your experience of form that do not serve your spiritual unfoldment. Consciously release judgment, resentment, or hidden wounds you may have about organized groups and religions and their participants and practices. Another shadow of Eke is the belief in separation, known as the fall. The fall was simply the transition into matter and the promise of reunion and awakening. As Ken Carey writes in Starseed, the Third Millennium, he said, the fall was believing that the form of your individual essence would cease to exist if your awareness weren't focused through it. You developed non-fluid patterns of identity. The fall was simply a lack of trust that became habitual and culturally encoded. This lack of trust creates a veil of illusion with attending feelings of denial and separation. This apparent separation from Source is experienced by the part of us that is in form, but is not and never has been experienced by the Essence Self, which is always directly connected with the Divine. In the shadow of Eek are held strong beliefs in the fall as a terrestrial negative experience, supporting the idea of separation, which is perpetuated by fear and judgment. In psychological forms, everyone holds the energy of apparent separation. However, the union in which you hold it also contains the key to your journey home to freedom. Perhaps you feel as if you've been locked in a prison of destiny and forgetfulness. Possibly you react to this feeling of entrapment with sorrow, anger, despair, and guilt, as if you had been betrayed or abandoned. These feelings can be healed in the simple understanding that this forgetting was a necessary part of the evolutionary process of transmutation and fulfillment of the larger plan. The very energy held in these intense feelings of separation can propel you into freedom from their illusion. When you choose to come, when you chose to come into matter to incarnate as an emissary of the great change here on earth, you understood and agreed to the veil of forgetfulness. You knew that beyond the appearance there was no separation. This belief in separation design and separation can be seen as a loss of confidence and trust in the connection with universal design. It has furthered the misunderstanding of the polarities of light and dark, heaven and earth, yin and yang, male and female. If there ever was an original sin, it was the belief in the illusion of separation. As this grand experience unfolded, there was a movement from divine consciousness into self-centered consciousness, the creation of an identity that seemed to be separate from the Creator. This exploring of self-consciousness created the playing field of incarnation to fulfill its evolution. Discovering self-identity seems to create separation, but it actually brings both full consciousness, or brings about full consciousness. Through fully experiencing self-consciousness, there is always a promise of awakening. Polarity can be viewed as the oscillation between the infinite and the finite. And separation is only one side of the coin. From form creates focus and identity. The finite expression of the infinite. There is a great gift in the physics of polarity. Through its pulse, the unseen and unfathomable potential of the Creator is able to be expressed. Joy, love, and ecstasy. In this time of great change, through becoming the unified pulse, we are learning how to become channels for that infinite creation. The harmonic wisdom of Eek. The harmonic wisdom embodied in Eek is interval, or the difference in pitch between two tones. Where Emish represents the entire field of creative possibility, Eek represents the movement created by polarity. When Emish is one solid base of the tone note, Eek is the musical division that is necessary for harmony to manifest. Eek represents to Eek penetrates to complete the circuit of creation. It is the process that opens, purifies, and prepares the way for the movement of spirit. Eek encourages you to be an open field that spirit can touch and infuse, completing the circuit for the manifestation of your spiritual intent. The musical descriptor that gives the feeling of Eek is susurrient, meaning in a whispering, murmuring tone. The energy of Eek asks you to breathe in the Creator, to become the breath of Spirit. Let us meditate on Can Eek for a little while. White, self-existing wind.